Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mornings with Miller. We made it to February, guys. We're doing it. 2021.
One down.
Yeah, 1 month down. So this morning we have a special guest. We have Megan Powell from Not One, and as you guys know, Not One is part of our family of brands, and we're going to let Megan kind of talk about the family of brands and talk about Not One in particular. And today's raffle prize is the well sought after Not Table. We're gonna, thanks to Megan, she's helping us get this raffle prize out, but it's going to be in the finishes of your choice, and it's such a good addition to our new way of living and existing in 2021. So we're going to let Megan kick it off and talk about Not One. So thanks for joining, everybody.
Yeah, and thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be on this call with all of you guys today. So hi, and it's Sam. Thanks for the great intro. As Sam mentioned, yep, Not One is one of the Herman Miller Group brands within the family of brands. And Not One joined the family officially 100% at the end of 2019. So we're going to do a little overview of Not One, but we have officially been 100% owned by Herman Miller as of the end of 2019. So great addition to the Herman Miller Group. I think you'll see that the products really integrate nicely across the family of brands, and looking forward to sharing some info with you on that today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen here. Just give me one moment. And what you're seeing here is all about Not One. Little board here, scout board. Maybe some of you might be familiar with this, and you will get a copy of this after the presentation today. So just a little bit about Not One here. Basically, our motto is that we manufacture useful, beautiful furniture. And the name itself, Not One, also speaks to who we are as a manufacturer and as a company. Not One essentially means no nonsense. It's not the symbol, the zero with the like binary code, the zero with the line through it, and the number one. Let's just keep it simple. And that is kind of one of our guiding principles, right? Simple in terms of working with us, in terms of the designs are really meant to be that useful, pieces of furniture that really can integrate in any application. Really, from a contract standpoint, we're looking at workplace, hospitality, education, retail. We're even starting to integrate into some healthcare environments now as well. So I think you'll see, as you start to get a glimpse of the portfolio here, you'll start to see that. It is no coincidence that you're seeing this picture here of someone really working with the fabric and upholstering the products here. That is one of the things that Not One is known for, is our skill in craftsmanship when it comes to upholstery. And Not One is based in Yorkshire in the UK, so in the northern region of the UK, there, just north of London, about an hour and a half north of London. And that's because that region is known for the trade of upholstery, and generations are brought up with building that craft and that trade. So we are aptly located there for that reason. And just a couple things more to note here. We do have a 7-year warranty on our products, and when it comes to the category of ancillary furniture, 7 years really tends to be a nice solid warranty, and we feel that the quality and durability of our products are able to stand up to that. We are available on a global scale as well, and this is important to note for any of you who might be working with clients who really do have that true global footprint. We manufacture in the UK, but also in the US at various locations throughout the US where many of our Herman Miller products are manufactured as well. So that allows for us to truly distribute our products globally. And as we mentioned, part of the Herman Miller Group. Now you're going to see here there are some certifications that we do have as it relates to the environment. I'm going to touch on that in a few minutes here. So just another point about the design of Not One. It really is a unique design. Our products are 100% unique to Not One. They are designed by our in-house team, which these guys are awesome, amazing. They're so great to work with. That allows us to be really nimble when it comes to meeting your custom requests, looking at things that maybe, we want to tweak a little bit on some of our standard products. And if you have an idea and a question about a product or an application that you're looking to put some furniture in, and you just need something tweaked, that we are a great company to work with when it comes to that. And sometimes we do have pieces that are specifically commissioned by outside designers as well. So, that whole premise behind our design is really to keep it, have a broad appeal, make sure that it is useful, that it's practical, simple, and, we do have reference to domestic furniture applications, so you will feel that little bit of a residential feel, when you're looking at Not One furniture. You can see some photos here. This is, a work booth here, but it's really got a little more of a comfortable feel. This is our cloud desk that you see here. And it just really gives that little bit more of a comfortable feel. One thing I also want to note is when it comes to the design of the product are the finishes that we have available. So you're going to see here that we have RAL colors. That is what we refer to as the color system that we use for our metal finishes. There are 16 colors that are standard, and then for the metal finishes, and then we have a couple polypropylene based chairs that have 8 standard finishes for those shell colors. So it really makes it kind of fun to work with this product by being able to play with that color. And I should note there is a customization capability there too. It's much easier. Quantities, minimum order quantities can be less when we're looking at the steel powder coat, finishes, the metal finishes, the RAL fan deck. It's much like Pantone colors. There are a number of options, so we can do some custom options. Maybe it's a brand color you're trying to match that we can apply just with minimum order quantities. So that's something we can, talk through with your Herman Miller reps and myself if that is something you would require. The other thing too about Not One is when we're looking at, we talked about our 7-year warranty. You see a little bit of the finishes here, the finished samples here. And then, from a textile standpoint, COM is really in our wheelhouse. So that is something that, because of that craftsmanship, when it comes to upholstery, we really are able to understand how to work with all different kinds of fabrics, textiles, etc. Just highlighting here the global customers. I mean, we truly can meet that large scale client base that you may have that you work with in terms of being able to help them develop standards that are easy to implement from a global standpoint. So I mentioned the environment here earlier, and I just want to highlight a couple things here, kind of from 2 standpoints. Number one would be in our products themselves and how we can help you all with your clients if they are trying to really meet some of those certifications, or we're seeing this so much more so now within the whole spirit of corporate social responsibility and making those choices when our clients are making their purchases to really be mindful and thoughtful about how they're spending their money. And I think that being concerned for the environment and doing the responsible thing for the environment is something that is top of mind for many organizations today. And so we can help build that case or help them achieve their goals within the products that we sell. So we have what are called health product declarations, HPDs, and there are a number of chairs here listed that have those. And really what that is full disclosure of the materials and the chemical content of those products. So this is really one of those synergies where we align with Herman Miller as well when it comes to being stewards of the environment. We also have the documentation to help support that too. And so if you're looking for any of, achieving any of these other certifications, your clients this is a goal of theirs, we can definitely help with that. Our website has amazing content that will help you help support your case there. And then in terms of additional environmental certifications, these two certifications focus on us as a company at Not One, and environmental issues, how we incorporate these concerns, or these considerations, I should say, in our business practices, and anything from, how do we dispose of waste? What do we do to develop our workforce? What kind of training do we offer? What are our environmental management systems? Charitable donations, things of that nature. And then let's just look at the statement of line here, or the full product range. And within each of these products, there is a full statement of line, different bases, different applications that you can use these products for. So we have some different side chairs, and you'll see some inspirational images here on how to use some of these products. Different finishes that you're seeing here. This is where I mentioned those RAL colors. We've got some different chair ranges here where you can put a 5-star base on casters, or a 4-star swivel base too, on the variety of our seating options, anywhere from a simple conference room chair to just, a different style of work chair, a little more casual there. We've got a high back work chair too that can be used in a conference room setting as well. And I know Sam has this beautiful background here of these Hush chairs. Really, this is where I think that kind of simple, providing some privacy, we're seeing a lot of that need for that, especially as we return to the workforce. People are going to want to feel that safety of privacy and boundaries. And so I think you'll find in the Not One portfolio, you've got things like the Hush chair. Over here, you're seeing the Pullman chair that comes on a 4-leg base, or this swivel plinth base, which allows people to really control their positioning and where they are. This is another picture here of the Busby chair. And then we have booth applications as well. Coming back to the office is going to focus on a lot of collaboration and purposeful, reasons to be in the office. And those are going to center around working together in a safe way. And so, including furniture that promotes that type of interaction is something that Not One is really in our wheelhouse, and you'll find a lot of that in our product offering. And then finally, some sofa inspiration here for you too. You're seeing these modular pieces. This is the Symbol line, and we've got some new extensions coming to this with some more curved pieces, a laminate tabletop piece that can be incorporated here. I note that for a couple of reasons. One, to incorporate some physical distancing, just, subtly putting that laminate piece within these applications, a great way to do that. And then the other thing here with these modular pieces like this, it helps promote social distancing that way too, or helping with flow of traffic. Think about that as you're, creating these new spaces and making these tweaks to the floor plate with the new design considerations we're faced with. And then we have a line of stools. The lasso stool here can be a 3-seat or a single seat, real flexible with a single seat and a tablet arm. You can do it without the tablet arm as well. I think some of these things really speak to that residential feel as well, that comfort. So that allows for that. And then tables, we have a full line of tables, from coffee tables to laptop tables. Sam mentioned the Knot table, which one of you will be lucky enough to receive one of these Knot tables. This photo here really shows what you can do in terms of customization, playing with color, playing with finishes. You've got two-toned fabric, we have metal bases, we have 4-leg sled bases, all different options here, playing with the color, playing with the tabletop finishes. So a lot of options for you when you're trying to really make a mark on the space. Not One is a great way to help you achieve the look and feel you're trying to accomplish there for your clients. We've got some more bar height tables. Storage is also part of the line as well. So you're seeing the sideboard storage, which is beautiful. There's so many ways to do this, from Carrara marble tops to a wood top to an all, one tone from the legs to the materials itself of the case. So a lot of fun information there for you guys to take away with you after this presentation and dive into this a little bit more, as well as I would say the Not One website too. It will really really showcase the details behind these products. So I'm going to just go back up to the statement of line or the full product range, just to give you the snapshot of that. And I would encourage you after this call to take some time and check out the Not One website too, and click into each one of these products to get a little more information. So that's about 20 minutes we're in here. Are there some questions or conversation we'd like to participate in?
Thank you, Megan. That was wonderful. Love these products.
I just added the scalp board to the chat, so if people want to see what Megan was presenting from, they'll be able to see that. We added the website in the beginning, so feel free to explore. Does anybody have any questions? We're getting some comments. Mike says the rhyme is his favorite Not One piece.
Ah, great. What, Mike, can you contribute to why that's your favorite Not One piece? That would be.
Get them on the spot.
Hey, good morning. I just think it's so unique, and I think it's like curvilinear and organic, and then with the high back, it's just very different from anything we've seen. It's spectacular.
Awesome, thank you.
We also have a shout out here for the Lasso 3-seater with tablet.
Ooh.
Jeremiah said he liked that piece.
Jeremiah, if you want to expand on why, I am very curious about that one, the 3-seat versus the 1-seat, and what the thoughts are around that.
I just like how unique it is. I haven't seen anything like it, and it almost looks more like millwork than or like acts like millwork than just like a standalone stool.
Ah, like that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then we have a comment on loving the painted metal variety.
Yes, I think that is, the upholstery obviously speaks to itself, but I think that the fact that you have so many options in adding color through the metal, whether it's the tables or the chairs, I just love that too. I think that makes it really, really unique and really adds that pop of color.
And one of our designers who does a lot of hospitality, she just said more colors are always good. So I feel you on that, Shannon.
Awesome. I'm trying to see if I can get a photo of the pup to you guys here in the chat.
Yeah, the chat's usually pretty active. And it's nice to see people always have some questions and comments, and
yeah.
Robin and I like to fill it with fun gifts and pictures.
I like that.
Yeah, I tried to rein it in a little bit today. Sometimes I go a little too crazy.
Any questions on finishes, fabrics, anything of that nature in terms of how to work with those? I guess I'll just make a comment in terms of with Herman Miller. So Not One is accessible out there, but Herman Miller, as being part of the Herman Miller group, we have access to those proprietary Herman Miller textiles as well that are graded in. So I think that that's something important to note. Our Herman Miller designers, dealers in general are able to specify Not One furniture right through their Herman Miller catalogs. So just as a point of note in terms of just, ease of working with Not One from the Herman Miller standpoint, it really integrates very well from that standpoint. You may see things out there on the Not One website that may be a little different than what is available through Herman Miller. So, if you are interested in specific upholsteries, et cetera, that are unique through the Herman Miller catalog, through our Herman Miller designers, you can reach out to myself. You can reach out to Rob and Sam, any of your Herman Miller team. We do have another board that's got finishes as well, which we find very helpful. It'll have the products that you'll see that would be graded in on the Not One website, but then you'll see additional products from a fabric standpoint that are graded in through Herman Miller. So that's just a little detail in terms of, making that work.
So we have a few questions that have come in. One would be, any options to add solid surface tops to the tables? And I think that's coming from one of our healthcare designers, if I'm remembering correctly.
Debbie Downer of the group.
No.
No.
Can you make this healthcare appropriate?
Yes. Okay. I love the question though, because this is my mission. I just started with Not One in October, but I did work for Herman Miller for the past 5 years, and prior to that, and healthcare is one of the areas where I'm really focusing on, especially with Not One, and things like that are awesome pieces of information to take back. I mean, we're looking at things about, clean out, wipe out capability and things of that nature. I've been on a mission to really dig into some materials, in terms of some of the healthcare requirements that are out there when it comes to materials and different requirements around that. So I will take that as a note and take that back as something to look into, with Not One having that, nimble environment and the agility. These are things that we can investigate. It's just that a matter of suppliers and the logistics and all of that. But absolutely, I will take that as a to-do.
Not that I want to put Megan on the spot, but we have asked for specific things for specific projects and have been able to be kind of agile and meeting client needs based on like quantities and again, like supplier needs and stuff like that. So, Nicole, if you love a certain table and you have in mind for it, definitely let's have a conversation about it, because it's something that, again, that agility has been really nice with Not One, and something Herman Miller has been learning because of Not One. So it's something to investigate. I have 2 more good questions here. What kind of lead times can we expect for custom versus standard? Any quick ship items available? That's one question, and then we'll get to the other one.
Okay, so quick ship, from a quick ship standpoint, within Herman Miller, our dealers do have access to a program. We call it the Focus Program. We haven't seen a ton of interest, but it's 20 days, so 4 weeks, 20 business days, and it's a curated offering of our products with the Mahara Meld fabric. So we have a brochure on that, which would help you kind of, if you needed to take a look at that and thought that might be something you'd be interested in. It is still 20 days, so that's the quickest. But most of our products, there's a good selection of our products that are available in 4 to 5 weeks. And then some of our larger upholstered pieces, the Rhyme, the Pullman, the Symbol, those larger upholstered pieces are going to be around the 6 to 8 week time frame. Right now, I know we're actually running at almost 9 weeks on some of those due to capacity. I always say it's great to check if you have something, a larger order, but I would say 6 to 8 weeks on some of those. And then we do manufacture, there are a number of the table products that are manufactured in the UK still, and those tend to be about a 10-week lead time. So, this past year with air travel being reduced as much as it had been, we do ship a lot of things air freight, but that had been a little more limited this year, so that can impact lead times a bit. But I would say we're about, 10 weeks when it comes to anything that is manufactured in the UK. And freight is always included in the pricing that you get. So keep that in mind, because that's a nice thing to know, when you're dealing with ancillary furniture. Oh, you're on mute.
There I am. Okay, I have another question. Can you explain how the return of products, the help to rehome or recycle furniture or components at the end of the product's useful life works?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we do our products. The recyclable content is listed on the website for each brochure. There's a link to brochures within each product page. And at Not One, we do take product back in the UK. So people can actually bring that back to our facilities in the UK. I would say that here in the US, you know the recyclable content, so you can feel pretty good about being able to recycle that. Herman Miller has the repurpose program, and so I would say to work with your Herman Miller contacts. And I have some background in that too, in terms of recyclable content. That the repurpose program is amazing for that. They really do the heavy lifting in terms of recycling as well as donating too. That's they'll do all the legwork in terms of figuring out who needs something and where to get it to.
Awesome. So many good questions today, guys. Really appreciate you coming on. I think we had a really good participation group today too, as far as a lot of people today. So we appreciate people taking the time and learning about our family and meeting other members of our group. Megan's been a wonderful. Megan was with Herman Miller previously and such a rock star. We love her. And then she went to Not One, which is just being part of the family in another way. So, and there's a picture of the puppy in the chat. So cute.
Lots of cuddles with that blanket too.
Oh, I love
it's a
it.
good time for
where does the dog end and the blanket begin?
I know.
What is your puppy's name?
His name is Theodore.
Theodore. Oh,
sometimes Theo. Sometimes we've called him Theodore Roosevelt. We're trying things out. We've only had him about 4 weeks, so.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you for having me today. I really appreciate this. Appreciate the ability to share out about Not One. I just love the company. The products are great. Hopefully you get to experience the products. That is one thing I'll leave you with, is, the photography is beautiful, but you really have to experience the product to understand the quality that goes behind it, to see that detail in the craftsmanship. I think it would be great. So we can work on getting samples out or checking things out if we need to do that.
Yeah, so we have a nice set of samples here in the Philly market. And I will say, it's funny, you look at them and they look like dainty pieces of furniture, and then you lift them and you're like, wow, this is really heavy.
Oh, yeah.
I've been known to put some furniture in my car, and Robin too, previously to COVID, and drop things off. But we do have pieces of Not One in the market, and definitely can get them to you to look at and to touch and feel. And then anything we don't have, we're able to kind of borrow from our friends back at corporate. So definitely something to keep in mind. If the client wants to sit in it and try it out, we definitely do that. And for next week, if you want to join, we're really, really excited. We're going to have Heather Moore from Maharam, who obviously needs no introduction for most of the people on the call. Heather is a rock star and wonderful and part of our family too. So you get to meet all of our wonderful family members through Mornings with Miller. So thank you for joining today. And see, we already got a love Heather on the side here. Well, thank you so much for coming, Megan, and joining us, especially with an hour earlier in time. I forgot about that.
I'm all ready for the day.
All right, guys, thanks again, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.